I just handled a homicide today, and one of the lines in that case was, they don't know their target. It can't all of a sudden turn left when it realizes it's not the right target.
You have now entered the mindful opinion of Illicit 420, where reason and question merge. Hello everyone, I am Mark Maddock, and on this episode of Illicit 420, we will focus on the magic bullet theory and the plot to dumb down America. Excuse me, are you the guy who so jacked those magic beans? Because if you are, do you have any magic bullets for sale? What is a theory? I found the following definition on the internet. A theory is a supposition or a system of ideas intended to explain something, especially one based on general principles independent of the thing to be explained. The meaning of supposition is an uncertain belief. So, a theory is an uncertain belief system of ideas independent of the truth. I now understand why the acid war took place during the 60s. Reason being, to keep most of America high as fuck so the perception of investigation could proceed. The investigation into the John F. Kennedy murder. It's not the fault of the American people for trusting their governing leaders. The shame goes to the force behind JFK's death. However, I do blame the ego of education, the system within the minds of America, which makes them believe they are so smart. Why did the so-called educated American people believe in the magic bullet theory? I'll tell you why. The televised death of John F. Kennedy scared the shit out of everyone. A fear so overbearing, America wanted to put this matter behind them, and willingly accepted this dumbass detailed magic bullet theory. So, what the government does? They give the American people a 1,000,000-page Warren Commission report. A report only one educated man questioned. Jim Garrison understood this written deception against the American people. With no regret, he was the only person to question the system he believed in. He actually charged Guy Bannister with the conspiracy to kill President John F. Kennedy. And as usual, the system screwed someone. This time, it was Jim Garrison. Even though he believed in the system, even up until his death, it betrayed him. Sadly, the accused Mr. Bannister was acquitted of the true crime of the century, conspiring to murder JFK, and a web of deceit was born. And we all learned after the Simpson murders that an acquittal does not mean he was innocent. One deceit in the form of Warren Commission Exhibit CE-399, the magic bullet. Do you believe in this bullshit? A bullet which traveled through two men and has no defect at all? None? What the fuck kind of shit is that? Most, if not all, of the JFK witnesses are now deceased. Some murdered, some died in car accidents. Yeah, right. And others committed suicide by shooting themselves multiple times. Yeah, they shot themselves in the head. Wait, I'm not dead enough yet. Let me shoot myself again. Fuck. There also was some victims that were hacked, burned, shot, and those were recorded as self-inflicted. Like, self-inflicted. Hacking. Damn. Sound like a bunch of Keystone Cops did the investigations, if you ask me. The love the American people had for JFK also played a role in his murder cover-up. The news anchors are human, and although pawns of a system, they still have feelings. So when these feelings got compromised by JFK's death, they became vulnerable beings, open to any suggestion, good or bad. And when the authorities arrive barking orders, the anchors will follow the suggestions of that day. The murder of Martin Luther King Jr. and the Vietnam War was also pressing on the minds of the American people. When I look at old footage and documentaries about JFK, they remind me of a bad scripted TV series. It's so unbelievable. Like, how did all this shit was allowed? Like, damn. Today, there are millions of armed citizens in the United States of America, and a various number of other Americans with guns, both legally and illegally. I pose these questions to you, the gun bearers. Now, in the year 2021, do you believe in the magic bullet theory? A bullet which entered, exited, paused in midair, turned and went in another direction, causing additional damage? Have any of your discharged rounds stopped midair, turned, and hit another target on the range? I could accept a ricochet theory, being the cause of JFK's death, because that is more believable since a reflected bullet is a known possibility. Like, we've heard of this before. This is recorded. Like, even friendly fire would be acceptable. I mean, damn, it's fucked up, but it happens. However, if the magic bullet was real, why didn't the American military receive this magic ammunition? I mean, if the bullet could simultaneously hit 2, maybe 3 targets, shit, in 1 week, boom, any military battle, over. We won't even fucking be there too long. Now I address this question to the Italian military. Have any military branches in your country ever report double kills accomplished with a Mannlicher Concarneau 6.5 millimeter model 91-38 rifle? Any double hits. And I don't mean a bullet passing one target and directly into another in its trajectory. Yeah, I know the answer. No. Because there is no such thing as a magic bullet. You know, the media pushed that crazy ass magic bullet theory and the people believed it. This is what fucking boggles my mind, man. A perfect cleanup of the murder and the subsequent connecting events, which we live in currently. This was the eureka moment for those enforcing the present thought experiment, as the news media continues to exude bullshit upon the minds of the American people. Have you ever been shot? I got shot twice, on 2 different occasions. During one incident, the bullet was retrieved. Removed from my ankle, the bullet was mushroomed, with only a small crater protruding. If you have been shot, do you remember your bullet? What it looked like? That's if you were conscious at all. Well, we all know the bullet wasn't in pristine condition, so I could never believe in the magic bullet theory, and neither should you. It's so crazy how history repeats itself. An unbelievable story pushed on the American people yet again, and the government gave America and the world what they wanted, an explanation in an enormous book. This book I speak of is the 9/11 Commission Report, another farce forced upon the minds of the educated American sheeple. Once again, the flock grew satisfied. Only a few protested in response, but were ignored. The Warren Commission Report, the 9/11 Commission Report, it's all bullshit. Stories created in the form of investigation just to cover up their asses. Tragically, no one can do anything about it, and we continue living in their created matrix. A magic bullet. Man, that is the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard. And funny how you never heard of another magic bullet since that fucking day. I wouldn't doubt its appearance though. Maybe sometime in the future you might get a bullet that'll bounce off of people, but now? All back in the 60s? Hell no. To the younger generation, the millennials and beyond, please don't let this horrific murder of JFK fade away with time. Never forget the deceitful atrocity committed upon the Kennedy family and the people of America. The lie continues to this day, and the CIA will not release other documents related to the murder. In fact, they never will. In other words, fuck you, America. We at the CIA will continue our coup d'etat on domestic soil and abroad. I will close this episode with a quote from the Oliver Stone JFK movie. And I quote, "They have the right ta-ta, but the wrong ho-ho." End quote. The merge is now complete. You are now exiting the mindful opinion of Illicit 420. Until next time, stay on point and be safe.